Right, another day, July 8th, Wednesday in the market. And let's take a look at the top gainers first. AIHS. And let's take a look at the news here on this. My computer would work here. Let's see, what was the news here? Signs an investment agreement with Hango Industrial Group, 50 million auto business. So they had definitely good news there. And they deal in, that's in China, Republic of China, 2 segments of automobile transaction related services. So this had good news. And once again, I say pre-market with these low floats. This was 27 million, kind of a higher float. And here you go again, right on the 3-minute. First candle. This is like lighting up. Should light up like a Christmas tree when you see this. So then you have 150. And then you bring it back down. This is on the 3-minute. Notice this is your first stop. See, on this, where it keeps going, green and back down. And then you give it a 5-minute here. I like to play 3 to 5 to 10 minute in trading. See, 150, look at these wicks going up, but it didn't break. And then it didn't come all the way back. So you get support right here at 134. And we hit the 140. And look at this right here. See this line? This is perfectly along the 150 line, all the way up and came back. So this is a nice entry on your next line on the 5-minute, because if you buy here, came back here, so the next move, it's not going to jump to here. So that's why this line, this candle, going right at 150 line. So this is nice. And you had a high wick both here on 208. Another move here, then fade it. You have a trend line right here forming, break over that, and then all the way down for the shorts to take over. So typical play, low float, not that low float, but the same pattern, pre-market. So that's how that ran. This was no good. This was probably a buyout or something. CLNE. This was right over 240. And this is very clean. Excuse me, right over 240. This is clean. Look at the 340. Look how far above it's 1320 EMA. And then you have 360 and faded all the way down again. This is almost the same pattern. See these patterns? It's identical. What does CLNE do? Clean energy. Clean energy. What was the move here? Giants. Clean energy markets remain competitive. Major giants, continuously expanding market. That doesn't really say there, but anyway, and the float on this was 199 million. So this is a higher float. Didn't even matter though. If something's positive, it's going to move it. But there it is again in the fade. XENT, this was nothing. NNVC. Pre-market to start to move. This is real early pre-market, and then fade it down. See if your pre-market high, follow trend line here. Can never break over it. Then just fade it down. Finally found support. This is a short all day. EDNT 310 all the way to 370, 360 came back. Not great volume, but could play that long, maybe smaller size. HUSN came on late, 3 p.m. RVP had to move all the way up to 9, fade it back. And look where it came back to. Once again, 13 EMA. And it bounced 875, then came back down. This is another trend line. Just follow your line here. You got to get over that. And it didn't, and then it kept fading down. So it was a very fast pop. But then you could get in, what was it, 775 all the way to 850 here. MYT, not bad penny stock move here. TAT. ENZ. This is like a straight up rocket. and then a double top right here at about 320 and fade it all the way down and try to come back up to 3. These patterns that pop up middle of the day, just straight pop-ups, are hard to trade unless you catch it. Maybe catch a fast move, tougher to trade for sure. TIGR, it's found nice support at 630, then all the way up to 70. Not a bad trade there. QD, and see, this is what you want to look for, specific things here. In the pre-market, pre-market's always going to be less volume, but it showed enough that it showed something was up here. And where's your market? 210. See that pre-market high? Little red to green, very small. And on the open here, there's nothing crazy, not a big drop. This is very in line with good candles here. So 210, back to 230. Look at this. Nice little wave up and down. You have your dip buys. This was a great long all day. So this is a nice pattern. It's almost like a snake pattern. CMCM, Cheetah Mobile. There's your candle here. This is another pattern to recognize. When you see this green candle, and then what's the next candle? Little red, like hammer candle, just a little small bearish candle, but it didn't move. It didn't break down. And that's like a little F pattern for me, and then it took off. It took off all the way to 255. So low. No interest in that. No interest. GNMK. So the big move up and from the hammer candle, 1750. Excuse me. And this was all the way to 1975. Now this is a straight line up. When the 30 EMA is engaged over 20 like this, you're safe to say to get in here on any of these lines because there's no real sell signal until you get up here. See this big red candle? There's nothing here. They're little candles, so that's not a good chart to recognize. You see these straight up rockets. You can try to get in fast, but you keep your stop loss tight just in case here. But that was a great long too. NKLA, this is the electric vehicle. I think the trucks started pre-market 44 all the way up to 51 and came back. Let it support there 47 and bounce all the way up to 54. This is another strong day for this stock. After the watchdown, I shouldn't say that. This has been down. But overall, I mean, the chart, this has put in big moves. And after this watch, this was like 70 to 40. Look at that, like a 54. And this is the warrant of it. JMIA. That's another one stacked up here. 675, broke to 773. Another great long. IDEX, this was over 130. Get back to 145, not a bad trade here. You can see this is a triangle right here, the center triangle. Or you could call this a flag, definitely flag. There's a pole, flagpole. TMHC, this is pretty much just took off from the start. About 1975 all the way up to 22. Soup, BWN, no interest. NK, 1325, made all the way to 15. August, AUG, 210 all the way to 235. There's a fast move there. What else we got here? VBIV, this is a good short. This is another pre-market, came up. Nice move over 410. A lot of these pre-market moves, they put these weird candles. See this hammered all the way out? That's like a fast move. It'll really stop you out, but it'll be too fast even to see that. But then this came down, breakout right at the open now, but look at this. Very choppy candles. You want to stay from patterns from that. You can tell from pre-market too. It's getting chop here and then a lot of red candles. Then became a good short. So else we got here? Anything good? I'm getting on the list here looking at these. See that here. QFIN. This is another one, this straight up move. Once it's got over about 1370, there it is, straight up. And then it finally showed right here about 1480. Once this 13 EMA starts to go parallel, that's a one sign to look for. It means, you know, it could be consolidating or it could break down. It broke down a little bit. SE, higher price stock, over at 121 all the way to 124. So we gotta go by NIO 15. It's almost like triple topped here. Then tried again and really faded. Look at that short. That was a great short there. And on the daily chart, this has run really far from like 2 all the way to 1288. See where the high was today. So Ray, no interest in these. Anything down here? Nara. GSX. This is right over 73. This is nice down here. This one all the way to 83 almost. See, sometimes the gainers below, this was way down on the list, 13.8%. This really ran here, look at that. It's a nice long in the daily chart too. This is not bad over 625, and at 850. Always want to look for charts that are easier to trade too, for like bounces maybe. Like this is another easy chart, 1575, just kept going. Then you have a little dip there, but they're not easy to catch. You have to be down your list sometimes. It's not always the top gainers. They might give bigger gains because they're lower priced, but HMY, gold's been soaring. Look at this move up, came all the way down. You have over 535 to 580. So go. There's nail. This really took off the ETF, the home builders. 27.25 all the way up to about 29.50 to consolidate it. And it's holding up strong right now after hours. GDS 84.50 all the way to 89. EHVN. This was 73.50, got up to 78.45, and see this move right here, right over 76.86. That's not bad. Nice run up here on ACCD. Silver moved too. Silver moved out. There's pause. SVN moved. All right, so that's pretty good for the list. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY was kind of choppy there. We had a big move up and really strong breakdown. Then we came up again, then sort of consolidated, and then broke up late here. And Dow Jones finished up 177, S&P +25, NASDAQ +148. Small caps +6. The VIX was down 138. Commodities, gold 18.18, silver 19.14, oil 40.88. So here we are on the SPY now. So up here, this is almost like a double bottom with a good channel here, about 298 to 323. So with the gap down, moved up, couldn't fill that gap. Tried halfway, came back down again, but the low is higher right here. See this? Higher, and right here, got the 316. So what we do now, we're very high in stochastics, still looking strong here. I still say we're gonna go to at least test this, the 324. Might come up here and come back down again. So it's looking pretty strong right now. Dow Jones. Take this out. And this is the same pattern here. This is a little bit lower here. But this needs to get over 26,289. Fill this gap here. Let's see. Strong on stochastics. We'll see if that happens. NASDAQ. I have all these lines from like 2008, 2000. This is all the way up to 10,462. I mean, it's in no man's land here. There's nothing above it here, so you just gotta watch it. IWM, Russell, 2000. Just had a nice bend back. See this, the low though, each time. Look at the low, 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 low. Each time it's higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're 6. So expect this move. I think we can go up here, and we're gonna go higher on that. So that's looking good. Our UDAO trying to break above here. The lows keep getting higher. We'll see if this can go up here. SPXL. This is at 44.89. It's trying to fill this gap. Watch for the 50% retracement line right here, which would be 46.40. TQQQ. This is trying to get to 50% retracement. Oops, this is wrong. TQQQ. This is a breakout. Look at this from here. This took off again. This is could approach this high and back to 100% retracement on that. Look on the daily here. I mean the 5-minute. Just had to move up and a big move down here. Look at that. These two wicks right here. Look at that, holding 108.50. Look at these big gains on that. TNA. Another one. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 6 clusters on the low here. So the low keeps getting higher and down. I think we can break up here. It's looking bullish at the moment, at least. As the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see it. Maybe if it comes down here and this goes back up. But this is looking more bullish for today. Soctal. So it's breaking out too. You have 61.8 retracement here. It's above 220. So this is really looking strong. LABU continues. This is biotech bulls. It's breaking over that 100% retracement level. So this is really above, man. That's on fire. You get this is really high up. It's on stochastics 94.89. You can't get much higher, but this is looking extremely strong here. Here's again, you have the big wash down. That was in the market. The market had that wash down right there, but it came back and it bounced again. So it's like the same pattern. There it is too. JNUG. JNUG is just like drifting up here. Look at this. Keeps getting like gaps here, so it's looking really strong. Only thing when you're this high, it's getting far away from 13 MA. That's back down to 109, so that's like 20 points there. So be careful of that. What else we have here? ERX is Long Energy, which did not do good today. And you know, on the flip side, ERY. This came back now. Look at that cross right here at 52.25 and came back up. This was a really good long, the 54.50. And it's staying above 50 right here. So the 13 MA looks pretty good. UVXY, volatility index. And this really faded. The volatility faded late. It was really good early. 30.75 came up to 32.50. And we sort of like bounced, but it was going up, but it couldn't get back above that. Really washed down late. Look at that at 3 p.m. So it was a nice trade early and then faded. And look at that candle. That is like an inverted hammer candle. Tried to push up and push it down, which is bearish. So we'll see what happens with that. Keep staying in this range, like 28 to maybe 35, the VIX. So It's not completely going down. Let's see what happens with that. FAS. This is bearish, the financials. It's had a nice move early right here. This is when the market went down and these were going up. So that was a nice little gain here. You could have got like 60 cents on that. TZA. This is even better. This is a great pattern. Look at this pattern here. So when you see this here, that is a hammer candle. This is all red candles, except for that. Look, it's red, red. It's your first sign. It's even better because hammered at the bottom. So you know that's a reversal candle. And then you had your next line. You could have played this at 2160. You could have played it at 2175 all the way up. Then you have a wrap for 1320 EMA all the way up to 2275 plus. This was really great long. TCA, SRTY, it's the same thing. This is just Ultra Pro. The other one is Direxion. And this is the same thing right here, 11, this one all the way up to 1160. So you get a bigger gain on TZA. That's why you want to play them more the dollar amount. SQQQ, this was doing nothing. You got to fade it again. SPXS. Found support right at 75. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 times and shot right up to 745. So it's not a bad gain. 20 cents is not a lot, but this is so low. And look at these these are 5 cent blocks here, these lines. You could take like 3, 4, 5,000 shares if you did. Let's say you took 3,000, 725, and you made 600 right there. And the other one is SPXU. It's got the 1095. Down a little 1125. Same type of pattern. That's down. Just did the same thing. Look at this touch. 1, 2, 3. All this range. And look at that hammer right there. 23.15 and all the way up to 23.85. That's not a bad gain either. That's like 60, 70 cents. So anything 50 to $1 is good. And on some of them are like 30, 40 cents. It depends. If you have big chair size and they're moving in like such big lines, like 5 cent lines, you can take bigger size there and not to be worried that much. So that was pretty nice. So just going back to the SPY now. We have a big symmetrical triangle. So the high here got lower, lower. So we're either looking for a breakout to all-time highs, or this is going to break down. So we'll see here. This can get to 320 and it starts to climb up, even with a pullback maybe. Or if it gets here, it could double top and then come back to a little bit lower again. We'll see on that. All right, some other ETFs, DFIN, it's not doing anything. Held support at 11 today. This is like dead. This came out of the falling wedge right here. It was a fake breakout. And then this did nothing. It went down. Still oversold on a 5-minute. Showing some life here because it did find support at 1105. It's coming up a little bit, but it's still right now in the downtrend. It's not showing much. I would look for support, maybe 10. 10 to 11, we'll see what it does here. And it's the same pattern as Boeing because it's in defense. Is one of its portfolios is ETF is a lot of defense and aerospace. So Boeing's not doing nothing either. Boeing right here on stochastics is up. It's really going up here, but it's very choppy. And this is a weird pattern here. It's like gray candle, then faded down. Now it's going back down. It's very tough to read right now. Nail, this was a clean breakout. This is a strong candle on nail. And this one all the way up to 29.50 after hours it's holding. So I would look for this can get above 33.77. Still have a nice gap, open gap till 40 on nail. Coming up on stochastics, looking very strong. That's the one shining star in these ETFs. DIN. It's another one still going down. And very choppy trading, so very tough to trade that. Let's take a look at some cruise liners. NCLH. Showing some life here. We'll see here. This is the ultimate trend line here. So this could fall to 12. Showed support here, 1450. Put in a nice candle today with the market rallying late. See this? Then it really took off late here. But if you draw a line here, it still has to get over this. It's trying to. We'll see. It looks more bullish. CUK. We got 1, 2. This is sort of out of whack, but this is more in line. All these fit. This is looking even more bullish. CUK. RCL. That's a nice bullish candle too. CCL. This is actually below the line here. Very far below, very oversold. Airlines, JetBlue. This will be this weird pattern. This is a falling wedge. It broke out. And it's almost forming like a reverse U. U would be this way. This is going this way. And then we're going to do this, then break up. Maybe showed a nice candle there. We'll see ALK holding to. It's like the same pattern. HA trying to hold this trend line. Very oversold here. Right there. We'll see if that holds on that. So these are all the cyclicals. Restaurants like Den. This is trying to come out of this wedge. This wedge is so tight here. Any kind of positive move, maybe the market will break this up. Huge. What else we have? Then Garden Restaurants. This line, it's very confusing, these lines to read on this. It's very choppy in this. So Ruth Chris. This went down, tried to, this is sliding, it's a slider. Until some major news, it's gonna break up, but nothing there. Oil, Oxy, holding at 23.6 fibs level, not doing much. SLB, this came down, it's trying to hold this like 1740, but it's just very choppy trading on that. So that's for that. Some of the financial reads, MFA. It's another one came out. Tried to slide up and went back down, not doing much at all. Now this is pretty much going sideways at 3. Very oversold still. IBR. Same thing here. Really hugging this trend line. Very oversold. This is at a 6. We get some sort of market, big news or something, maybe like stimulus will pass the stimulus package. This rode up before, we had a few back here, but pretty much has been dead. So it's very oversold. You can't get much lower than 6. So, I mean, longer term, you have to look at the financials of a lot of these stocks, but it's at a 6 right now. It's at a 3. This was like an 18. I mean, unless they go bankrupt or something, it's looking like a great longer term, but we'll see, you know, what happens in the market here and everything. So some good moves right now in some stocks. So some of the cyclicals, like the airlines today, showed some life with the market, and the cruise liners, oil's not doing much. These REITs aren't doing much. The restaurants aren't really doing much. Theme today was some good small caps again. Oh, ALT. Let me look at ALT. Now this is the daily. Look at this. Over 8, 9, and all up to 17, 19. Where's it at? Big news. This must have news. Let me look at it. This is really, it's took off right over 13. Stuff here. Was there any news here? Better coronavirus stock. 8. What's today? 8. Market Insights report. COVID-19 pandemic analysis. There's got to be news though. And look how this broke up to 20. It's probably COVID-19 news, I would suspect. This had a big channel for almost over a year. It spiked up before. So this is looking interesting. This is a major spike right now. We'll see if this blows itself out pre-market and after hours, so possible. So the theme today was definitely a different type of theme. Yeah, electric vehicles, some of them did well. Some bio, some China plays, JRJC, JMIA, I believe that's the clothing. They do stores or in that fashion. So it was all over the place today, the gainers. The market came on late, so that really pushed stuff. The NASDAQ still remains extremely strong. So that's where we're at today. So that is it for now. There's Twitter. I think they had good news, so this is coming back up now. And look at this, really washed down, and they're nice oversold right here. So past this thing front all the way back is a great long. All right, so that's it for today. So we'll look for tomorrow. We have a different type of environment. We're all over the place. Some penny stocks are doing good. All different areas are contributing to the top gainers list. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. That's it. Please subscribe to the channel and like, and we are out for now. Peace.